Hello plant friends. So this episode is going to be about the Philodendron Verrucosum. I am going to share my plant specimen, some care tips, odds and ends, basically anything I can think to talk about. And also I reached out to Facebook and Instagram and I asked other hobbyists to share me clips of their plants. Lots did, and I will be, putting them somewhere and sharing them with you guys. So let's get to it. All right. Okay, guys. All right. Okay, so 6-inch pot, toddler feeding bowl. This is my Philodendron Verrucosum. This is one of my favorite plants, and this is the one that I would definitely have in my collection, even if this plant, weren't uncommon or rare. So the striking thing about the Philodendron Verrucosum, why so many people love this plant, and why I love this plant so much, is because of this underside, right? This reddish, I guess, burgundy, purple-ish red color, right, on the underside of the leaves. And when you have new leaves coming, obviously the newer leaves are up here, and as you can see, they're quite have a red, maroon, burgundy underbelly. The older leaves obviously are down here, and when you look at their side, right, their underbellies, they are not as red. So over time, they lose the redness. I see posts, in search of very red Verrucosum, right? I see that on Facebook, on Instagram, and it's of course, right, we're all looking for something that looks like this. But just know that for Verrucosum, they never stay like this, right? The leaves, as they age, they always turn to this green. And basically this old leaf is basically just all green, right? There's not even, well, there's tiny bits of red under this, but basically this guy's just all green now. There are lots of forms of Verrucosum, as in the leaf shapes are different, but all of them have this characteristic pattern where the leaves come out really red and they lose their redness. Okay, so don't, if you see a plant that's, very high contrast, very pretty, lots of red, just know that those leaves are just new, right? They're not going to stay that way. That isn't a quote unquote form or specimen that's just high contrast and is going to stay that way, all right? So I think that's a very important thing to remember when you're looking for these. If you're buying these, let me see another thing I want to talk about. I think these are very good plants to buy as cuttings. I think that they're essentially one of the easiest philodendrons or plants to grow. I compare them to a weed. They're very robust and resilient. If you're a new plant hobbyist and this plant really strikes your eye, as it should, don't hesitate to get one. Okay, this one is not one of the plants that are really hard to care for or really finicky. They can grow in so many conditions: high humidity, low humidity. Their soil, I've had these guys in very, I guess, on the damper side. This guy currently right now is in a very well draining soil, but wasn't always the case, and this plant seems to thrive in both environments. So very easy in terms of, I guess, adaptability, in terms of flexibility. So highly recommend. Once the plant adapts to your environment, they grows very easily, very quickly. So definitely consider buying it as a cutting if you can't afford a full plant. Most people will grow these attached to a pole. a moss pole or a plank, something to climb on. So the thing is that like when you give it something to climb on, the leaves tend to keep growing bigger and bigger, right? If you don't have it something to climb on and it just kind of like dangles to the side, then the leaves kind of stay on the smaller side. So this guy, I will probably, I'll probably extend, I guess the the moss pole. Uh, Again, I love them. Maybe I might just like trim them a little bit, and then I guess add, take this cutting, propagate it, and then maybe like plant it in the same pot so that it can be like a fuller pot. Oh no, this one has like a millibug right here. Freaking millibug. Darn it. I'm currently fighting a millibug infestation, so it's been really annoying. So the thing with millibugs is that they keep like going into these little like crevices in between, like these crevices in between leaves and stems. So it's sometimes they're just really really annoying buggers to get rid of. Oh yeah, medium to low light. These guys are not really big on light, right? Very flexible with light requirements, with humidity requirements, with soil requirements. It's just super, super flexible plant overall. Okay, so the one last thing I want to say about this plant is that this plant is a horrible shipper. Like, horrible. I feel like if I just, take a cutting and then put this cutting in a shipping container or box or something, it just like, right? It is so bad at shipping. I mean, it's great that the plant is hardy and robust enough that you can sort of like, recover it. But the leaves just die. The leaves are just so bad. They either get bruised or injured, or they just they just ship horribly. So so just know that if you're if you're planning to buy one of these and getting it shipped to you, just expect that the plant is going to be in just miserable condition by the time it gets to you. That's been the norm, and that's been the experience for me. Hopefully, and I think that shipping practices and people who are selling plants and shipping plants are a lot better at it these days. So I'm hoping that these guys get to you in less sad conditions than when I got these in my hands. Like I said, even though they come sad, they bounce right back pretty well. The leaves that are, aren't gonna look good are just not gonna look good. They're just gonna fall off. But generally, you'll see like new buds and new stems pretty readily after the plant acclimates. Just know that this bad tolerance or low tolerance to shipping pretty much extends to most of the philodendrons that have velvety leaves, right? So the Verrucosum, some forms of Fibrosum, uh, what's the other one? Gloriosum, the hybrids as well, the gigas, basically any of the leaves that feel really soft and nice. Those leaves are always horrible shippers. All right, so yeah, this is my plan again. Again, just in summary, very very easy to care for in terms of soil composition, in terms of humidity, in terms of light. I keep this guy, I mean, I like him, so I give him a little bit more sun than my other plants, but generally I would say that these guys survive pretty well in even low light conditions. I try to keep all my plants in, I guess, low to moderate at the very least, but this guy could survive, I think, pretty well in low light conditions as well. All right, so again, super easy to care for. Definitely, if this thing strikes you, just get one, get two. Yeah, I love this plant so much. Thanks so much for watching. Again, if I think I'm gonna start opening this channel up more to viewer submissions. So if you're watching this or you follow me on Instagram and you want to share a video clip, I think that's kind of what we're looking for. Like a video clip of your plants, of a plant. If you want to talk about a really rare unicorn or a really rare plant that you have, or care tips, or basically anything, and you want to share it with the world, I think we all need, or the world could use, a little bit more happiness and positivity and joy these days. So if you want to share, just definitely message me, in some way, Facebook, Instagram, email. Just message me, and we'll find a way to help you guys share it with the world. You can be in front of the camera, behind the camera. You can talk loudly, softly. You can, yeah, yeah. We'll make you look good. And yeah, that's it for this episode. Till next time, happy planting.